Hello all, I'm Vanessa Love. Welcome to my channel about the mental health care field and related topics. If you're new here, very much welcome. Hope you watch more videos. If you watched more than one video, thank you for liking, subscribing, watching, commenting, and all of that great stuff. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So today I wanted to talk about scammers that try and focus on therapists. There's a couple of these. I think they fit into two categories, the online ones and the in-person ones. So the online ones, there's at least three. So one, where someone calls you up and pretends that they want to have services, but then they just kind of just start being inappropriate. Like, here, let me send you nude photos, which is not, it's gross. Yeah, it's like, I've had that happen before. It was completely and utterly ridiculous. Like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Like, really were trying to, like, get me to, like, be on the phone with them for as long as possible. It was just such a weird experience, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I really hope that they eventually realized how messed up they were and that they eventually went on to, get serious help. They had been doing that to like photographers and other people as well. So it's not that they were just specifically aiming at therapists. So there was that. There's people who will email you and say, I'm coming to your area and I'm going to be here for 6 weeks. I would like to pay for services, and then send you a fake check. And of course, they're always on vacation when they do this too. They're like, I'm in Turkey or I'm in Mexico. And one time that this happened, I was like, oh no, you sent me they were trying to say that they gave me too much because that's the scam, right? So they were trying to say that they gave me too much. So I was like, okay, sure. So I told them that they sent the correct amount, but I didn't have a camera phone, and that I put it in, that I gave it to my friend to take a picture of it, but they accidentally put it in my bank account. And when they asked for the extra money, I was like, oh, there's Western Unions everywhere. You can always go to one. Yeah, they didn't respond after that. The third category is the sheriff calls you. They know information about you. This one is the most scary. I have not had this experience, but many of the people in the forum that I go into, they have had this experience. So the sheriff calls you, they have information, and they tell you have to turn yourself in for not appearing in court. And it's not true. None of that's true. So people have been smart enough to know that this is not the way that this goes, so they call up the local police department and find out that this is actually not true. But they do have like a lot of details just randomly about the therapist that they call. So it is one of those things where I'm like, well, yeah, unfortunately, there are some ways that therapists just can't keep their information private, unfortunately. So there are people who will take advantage of that. The in-person ones, so they mostly relate to writing letters. It's just writing letters. It's court letters, letters to colleges as to why you're flunking out, emotional support animal letters, and especially like for housing or for airports. I've had all of these happen, and it's amazing how many people really play the long game on these, where someone will be like, oh, my ex is terrible, my ex is terrible, my ex is terrible, my ex is terrible, months of this, and then be like, write me a letter for court. Can you appear? Is that okay? That's no. I'd rather be in my office, please. Thank you. Let me stay with my clients and not have to do all of the preparation for court, because they might ask questions that you don't want me to answer. And I don't think that you know that, but that's what's going to happen. And it's amazing when, people think that if they just like give Like, I don't even know if they just give permission to the courts to ask me questions, that it'll all turn out great in the end. And I'm like, no, it won't. No, it won't. They might be looking for things to be upset about. And it might be they might ask questions that you don't want answered, especially in court. The other thing is also, laws still apply in court. So unless I have permission to talk about something not specific to your case, then it can just, I would still be, breaking the law, I really truly believe that people need to be better educated about what they should be expecting from a therapist in a court. I don't mind writing letters. I put that in my initial paperwork. I don't mind writing letters. I can give you letters, but other than that, no. Don't call me in. Let's see. The emotional support animal letters. It's amazing how many people really want to be like, no, but this is a therapeutic animal, and it's like, no. No. I've spoke about this in the past about how I didn't agree with one letter that I wrote, but I do definitely agree with another letter I wrote. And I don't agree with the one letter that I wrote because it was basically just the family holding an animal hostage and being like, take this to college or else. And it's like, did you guys not think about this ahead of time? That's not good. There was also someone who wanted a letter because of, someone who they had grown up with had passed away. It wasn't a family member, so, you have to, get permission, right? That basically, the grieving process was extra terrible in this particular case. And the person, they didn't play the long game on that. They were like, I was so sad, and I was so sad, and I was so sad, and I was so sad. And then at the end was like, could you write a letter for me? I need it today. No. You just came in, said you were so sad. I have no evidence of this. This is the first session. And it's stuff like that where it's try to pull a fast one there. That's not how this works. And so I think, I don't remember what I did in that case, but it was very okay, so this is what you really came here for. That it's a waste of both of our times. You could have just been like, I need a letter, and I would have been like, well, I need to know a little bit more now, specific. But yeah, letters like that. I know that someone who I'd seen a while ago had said that they wanted to go on a trip, and they wanted me to fill out paperwork with the airline to say that they were that their animal was emotional support animal, which I was like, no, that's not even what that, no. Mm-mm. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on there that I just don't agree with. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you, and definitely for those therapists who have not experienced any of these things yet, hopefully you never will, but you might. And this is just one of those things where it's you gotta kind of watch out for those things. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you, and I will talk with you guys soon. Alright, thanks.